Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, a little bit of sad news involving this particular machine, the Maserati Alfieri concept. This machine was shown off at the Geneva Motor Show a couple of years ago, and Maserati had already hinted that this vehicle was going into the production over the next several years. Well, apparently after 2 years of development work, the machine has officially been axed and will no longer be a part of the lineup. There was talk that it was going to be a replacement for the Gran Turismo. There was also part that it may just be a standalone product as well. And that never got cleared up, and apparently it doesn't make any difference because it's gone for good. Now, we've heard this on again, off again, off again, on again situation with other manufacturers. There's nothing being say that Maserati couldn't have something up their sleeve and bring this thing back one day, but as now, it is officially DOA. Next up on the list, Renault Sport showing off this machine, and this is a celebration vehicle for the fact that they're back being a constructor in the Formula One World Championship. This is the brand new Renault Sport Clio RS KZ01. Now, we don't know little to nothing about this machine, nothing about the power or anything about this little hot hatch, other than the photographs that they showed off and the fact that it's going to make its debut at the Monaco Grand Prix in Monaco. And in fact, this video will probably go live right before the first practice session of the Monaco Grand Prix. So in theory, in the next several hours, maybe the next couple of days, we're going to know a whole lot more about this machine. Hopefully, I'll keep you in tune with what we hear. Another Formula One based machine comes from the folks over at McLaren. McLaren showing off the brand new 570S M2B. Now, if you know about Formula One, you know about vintage race cars. The M2B is an homage to the first M2B that's in this actual photograph. The first ever vehicle that Bruce McLaren actually ever built and raced himself. Now, this particular 570S, if you know the 570S, you know exactly what you're getting into, but it does get the special edition paint and probably a bunch of extra badging to show off just what exactly it is. That being said, McLaren has yet to say anything about their intentions on this vehicle, whether they're actually going to build it, is it a one-off, is it for sale, or where it could be for sale soon. So we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more about this machine. More sad news. Fifth Gear has officially been canceled. Tiff Needell, the head of Fifth Gear for the longest time, he actually put out in a tweet that the actual last day of filming for the History Channel's version of Fifth Gear was going to be last Friday, the second to last Friday in the month of May, and they had no plans on continuing on for lack of funding. This isn't the first time that Fifth Gear's been canceled. It was on 5 on the old BBC networks, and that actually got killed off in 2009 before the History Channel came in and scooped it up. Now, I got me all excited because I thought, man, oh man, we could see this on U.S. shores again. I can remember way back in the days, the old Speed Vision channel had old episodes of Fifth Gear, which is the first time I really fell in love with this particular program. Now, it's been kind of tough to get. Netflix bought a bunch of them several years ago and put them on their streaming service, which that wrecked a couple of weeks of my time. Any free time I had, I was watching vintage episodes of the old Fifth Gear franchise. So it'll be interesting to see whether somebody could come in and resurrect this. The one I'm thinking of is Netflix. Why don't you get in here and gobble up this group? Of course, the trick is, as far as the group as a whole, as they were in the last generation, that being Johnny Smith, Jason Plato, Vicky Butler-Henderson, and, of course, the aforementioned Tiff Needell. Whether they actually want to do this particular program still could be remain to be seen, or whether they would really love to continue on. A couple of ideas, like I said, that Netflix deal could be very, very saucy. I would love to see Netflix gobble this group up and continue to make programming. That there could be another channel that could try to come back and get this. How about this little bit of food for thought with all the talk? I mean, we're only a couple, 3 days for the brand new Top Gear season. What if this particular deal crashes and burns and the whole group actually ends up getting canned? Well, you could start off season 2 of the new Top Gear with this group and probably not miss a step. Even maybe bringing back Tom Ford as well, who's done a little work for the BBC as well. So we'll have to wait and see on this whole deal. I'm hoping that this isn't the end of Fifth Gear as a whole. I'm hoping it's going to go on a channel that it can be seen around the world. Next up on the list, well, you longing for the old ZR1 from the Corvette, folks? Well, now that the Z06 has a supercharged V8, the ZR1's kind of, well, it can't be as special because of just having a blower on top of it. And the fact that the General Motors Group has just recently trademarked the ZR1, meaning that we're going to get to see this again. Oddly enough, I would have figured they would have kept that trademark alive, but apparently they did not, and they went back in and renewed it. So apparently General Motors has some ideas for a brand new Corvette ZR1. It could be waiting till the C8s come out. Maybe that new mid-engine is going to be called a ZR1. Again, there's a lot of unanswered questions. General Motors may be keeping this in their pocket for a while. We may end up seeing a concept in the next several months, so we'll have to wait and see on all those fronts. We'll keep you in tune with what we hear. Next up on the list, well, hallelujah, the NSXs are finally coming off the production line in Ohio. And this was a little celebration for the first ever owner of one of the brand new Honda or Acura NSX, which is NASCAR championship team owner and dealership mogul, that is Rick Hendrick, who actually bought the rights to the first ever edition of this machine. That was back at the Barrett-Jackson auction in Scottsdale, Arizona for a cool $1.2 million, with all of those monies going to charity. But he does actually own the first official NSX. Now, the really exciting thing is, now that these are rolling off the assembly line, the chances of seeing them are getting better and better, and I cannot wait to lay my eyes on one of these machines. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiast. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.